Has it been a nightmare trying to buy, build, sell, or refinance a home? Then wake up to the Real Estate Dream Team of Janice Bradley and Diana Rice Wilkerson. This dynamic duo provides you with up-to-date, honest information, credit counseling, financing options, and more. Don't listen to haters who say, you can't own your own home. Yes, you can. With Janice and Diana, call now and listen for them on the Home and Finance Show, Saturdays, 1 p.m. on WTLC AM 1310 The Light.
Good morning and welcome to the Home and Finance Show. We are your host. I'm Diana Rice Wilkerson with Fairway Independent Mortgage and my co-host.
Good morning, I'm Janice Bradley with JB Real Estate Consultants.
You guys, you are in for a treat today. As you know, Janice and I are all about home ownership, and we love to take on our first-time home buyers and walk them through the journey of the home buying process. And today we have a special guest who is going to share her story and hopefully encourage others. Janice, would you like to introduce our guest?
Well, first of all, yes, I will go ahead and introduce her as Rachel Croom. But I am so proud of this young lady. I shared that with her mother and her aunt. This was a decision-making young lady. She was thoughtful. She thought about each and everything that she wanted to do, what she needed. Very, very, very proud of her. And the fact that she is a first home owner and a single mom, my heart just bust. You were the first person I thought about that I wanted to share. I wanted the listening audience to kind of see you and share your story and your journey. And how are things going, Rachel? How was Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was great. I guess it was my first Thanksgiving here. I cooked a full meal here.
Right.
And it was pretty good.
Well, we're real
It was pretty good, but things are going well. We're settling in. Everything is going wonderful.
Rochelle, how long have you been renting before you decided to buy a home?
I have been renting for maybe about 16 years. I think I got my first apartment when I was 18. And I've been renting ever since.
Rochelle, I thought you were 18. You're kidding me. Oh, what a beautiful. Oh, you are not showing your age at all. Fantastic. Really, 16 years. Diana was just talking about that, how many renters, the length of time that they have rented a home. So 16 years. And when and why did you decide it was time to buy a home?
I just think I thought it was time. I was getting older. I have 2 teenage children. I wanted the freedom for them to be able to come, do what they want. Cause sometimes you're restricted when you're in an apartment. And honestly, I know it might sound crazy. I really wanted a garage. I really wanted a garage. I love my garage.
Good.
I do, but I just feel like it was time. It was just time for me to, have ownership of something.
Question, Rachel, and so when you started out renting, kind of give us a feel for what your rent initially was, and I understand that's been a while ago, to where you were when you decided to buy.
Well, I know, like I said, I just closed and moved just here in September. Before then, I was in an apartment. I literally believe my rent was like $829. And now I think it only went up maybe like $30.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
Yes. I did pick up an HOA, but it's pretty much was still the same. And not only, and I'm not renting it.
And you owning, exactly. How are your kids adjusting? How are your kids adjusting to their new home?
They love it. There's so much space. Everybody has their own space now. We're not on top of each other. It's wonderful. They're loving it.
Rachelle, okay, besides the garage, and don't think I can't identify that. To this day, I mean, I've owned a home for many, many years, but every day when the weather's cold or what have you, and you're coming out, I thank God for the garage. In fact, I didn't even know what was going on outside until I came out of the garage. So it is a beautiful thing. But kind of share with us, if you would, what were your specific needs? Not the garage, but what were the specific needs that you were looking for your family, and why?
Okay, well, the big thing for me, as you know, we're going back and forth with the location. I did
Yeah.
not want to leave my location. I wanted to keep my children in the same district that they were in. So that was like number one for me, was location. So I think that was one of the big things I was looking for. I did initially wanted a single family home, but we ended up going towards the condo. But my big thing was location and budget, of course.
Mm-hmm. And interesting enough, yeah, you did end up buying a condo. And what really led to that decision?
For me, I think it was more so, like I said, location and budget. We had been looking for a while, and a lot of the homes, the single family homes that were in my price range, were rent style homes. And the rent style homes to me were smaller. I feel like with the condo, I got more space. To do more things. And then I got a bonus to where I didn't have, I picked up an HOA, but I don't have to, handle anything outside. You know, um, the outside is taken care of completely by the HOA. So that was a bonus for me.
Absolutely, and I'm glad that you shared the fact that we were looking also for single family homes, and quite frankly, in the price range, it wasn't. It just didn't give you enough space. And the condos I have to honestly say that she knew that area. I mean, she knew the area. She knew exactly what she wanted, and these particular condos have given her more space than you would have thought. I mean, we're talking about a 2-story, right? Why don't you just kind of share exactly about your condo?
It is. It's a 2-story, 3-bedroom. We have a living area. I also have a downstairs den area.
Yeah.
2 full baths, a garage, and and I also have a deck. I have a deck that is as long as the condo itself. So
Yes.
I have gotten a lot of space.
Yeah, it had your name on it, that's for sure. Certainly had your name on it. So share with us, how do you feel home ownership has changed your family's outlook on life and your family's life, period?
Well, no, for me, it's made me more financially responsible, more disciplined. And when you own something, and even with the children, I voice this with them, when you own something, you take care of it a little better, I feel. So we've all gotten a sense of responsibility with owning, being new homeowners. So.
Rachelle, did you grow up in a family where your parents owned? Did you grow up in a homeownership situation? Were you exposed to that?
I was.
Okay.
My family, they did own their homes. A lot of my family members own their homes.
Okay.
And have been homeowners for a while.
Okay. So kind of, did you always know that you would become a homeowner at some point? It was just a matter of timing, or did you not really think about it?
I didn't really think about it, of course, until, when you're younger, you're not thinking about that. I didn't think about it and the importance of it until, I was a little older, maybe in my 30s. My early, is when I started like, okay, it's time for me to switch gears and starting on home ownership.
Have you spoken to any of your friends or family members and encouraged them? I was just kind of thinking, like, sometimes when we experience something new and that's good, we like to share that information. And so have you done that, or are you doing that, or maybe they did that with you?
I think they more so did it with me, because a lot of my friends, I feel like I was kind of late to the party.
Okay.
Kinda late. So a lot of them, are, homeowners, and they're, they helped me out actually and talked to me, helped, especially my aunt. I had my aunt who was there for me every step of the way. Every step. She's,
Now,
been a homeowner for quite some time. So I definitely had her help, her expertise.
Now, if I remember correctly, did Aunt Mary, she listened to the Home and Finance Show? She referred us, correct?
She did. Correct. She's the one who gave me your information and advised that I called you.
We do appreciate that.
She listens to the Home and Finance Show. And she was like, you really need to check out Miss Janice. She knows her stuff. And I think she would be, a perfect fit for you. Because like I said, you were my third realtor.
I don't think I knew that. Well, am I glad I was the last, but
my third realtor.
I actually did not know that. Do you mind sharing, not names or anything, do you mind sharing with me the concerns with the other realtors, or?
It really wasn't concerns. I think at those times I just wasn't ready. I don't think I thought I was. But it's like I guess you could never be prepared to own a home. I just think you just kind of got to put yourself out there and do it. Cause I don't think you're fully ever going to be prepared, and if I kept thinking like that, okay, I'm not prepared this way, I don't think I ever would have done it. So I just kind of put myself out there. I prayed about it. I know what I prayed for. And so I was like, okay, let's just do it. And I just had my faith and just kept going.
Yeah, and sometimes timing. We all know is timing, in everybody's life when they're open, when they're open up it, where they can, receive it. I don't mind sharing this. I hope you want to share this, but if I remember correctly, this was maybe our second condo. I just want people to understand life, and everything isn't always as it seems. So we did make an offer on another condo, and I think we ran into inspection or repair issues, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, and I bring that up, mainly because of the fact that it does kind of share with you, the process, the home buying process. Just because you make an offer on a home and, we're doing things so far. But again, that's one of the reasons why we have inspections. So this was a situation that we ran into, and actually in the particular same location, she always ended up with the end unit, which is absolutely wonderful, which
Yes.
gives you a lot more space. But so then again, we just pursued until we found another condo, same area, same amount of space and what have you.
Excellent.
I think this one is definitely in better condition though, correct? Than the first one.
Correct.
Yeah.
A few minor things, but I have that, I believe, with any home you purchase.
Right.
I think actually I had another buyer at the same time that that you guys were negotiating. I had another buyer also trying to buy that same property, your house, Rachel, but you won out. I mean, I was like, I cannot believe that. It was
for me.
It was for you, absolutely. Let me ask you a question. Did you have, at any point through this process, or even before, did you have any fears? Anything like that made you doubt? Anything? Or were you just,
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. I even had fears after the fact. After the fact, when I had maybe like a week or so when I got in here, I was like, what did I just do? What did I just do? I was just a ball of emotions, because purchasing a home, that's a big deal. It's a life-changing decision. So I did have fears. My fears were, especially with the pandemic going on, luckily I've been blessed to not really miss a beat, during the pandemic. My employment has been steady, so I've been okay with that. So of course that was in the back of my mind, like I'm purchasing this home, and I really don't know what the outcome is going to be.
Right.
So I definitely had fears. Definitely. I was a ball of emotions.
Did your fears, okay, because, and I guess what I'm wanting you to help viewers understand is that's normal. There's going to be some apprehension because it sounds like, you had, to me, realistic concerns, but you got over that because your desire for your home, for your family, maybe to stabilize your finances, somehow becomes stronger than our fears. And like we always hear, good counsel is sometimes do it afraid. because, and I also loved your comments about being prepared, which means, ideally, it's like we've saved money. Ideally, we've got this amount for not only the down payment, we've got this amount for an emergency fund. We've got all of this, like step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can never get there with step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you wait until you have it all lined up, at that point, you're probably in the rocking chair. You won't even be able to bend it. You'll be holding your grandkids.
Exactly.
So it sounds like it's, I love the fact that you just have to do it. Because my feeling is that everybody's got to live somewhere. You're already doing it. And essentially, you've proven that because your housing expense, there was not a huge dramatic change. You were already doing it. You've been renting for 16 years. And if you can do that successfully, sounds like you did.
Yeah, paying yourself.
Now it's yours. And that's
Let's talk a little bit about the financing.
So, Rachel, tell me, when did you reach out to me in the process? Was it before Janice or after Janice?
It was after Janice.
Okay, all right.
Janice definitely linked me to you.
Okay, all right. And how was the pre-approval process? Because I've only talked to 1,000 people since you, so talk to us a little bit about that.
The approval process was smooth sailing. We didn't have, I had already, did my back work, of the raising the credit score and all that kind of stuff. So I was really pretty much prepared in that part. So the pre-approval was a breeze.
Great. And when you called, did you know you were using down payment assistance? We ended up using down payment assistance. So I'm trying to determine, how did we get to that point?
I believe so. I think me and Janice spoke on it, but
Okay.
she was telling me I needed to, to get more in depth. I needed to speak with you about it. So I knew it was a possibility that I could be approved for it, and that I might, I might could get it. I wasn't really sure.
Okay.
So.
Good. Yeah. Well, we recall you being a wonderful borrower. And a wonderful borrower is someone who does respond pretty quickly to any request, very thorough about giving the information, ask questions if they have questions. But the main thing to do is there's probably at least 20 people working on a file, even though I'm your primary contact or my assistant Leanne would be. There's at least 20 people working on a file. So the quicker the borrower responds, we can keep that file moving through the process. I heard nothing but great things about you. And I know my interaction with you as well was excellent. Mm-hmm. So I want to just fast forward now to the closing table, because I'm sure you put out earnest money. Do you remember how much you paid?
Earnest money. I believe it was 1,000. I think it was 1,000.
Okay. And your inspection?
My inspection was around $275.
Okay. And then your appraisal, did you pay for one up front?
No, I paid my appraisal at closing.
At closing, okay.
At closing, I believe I paid my appraisal, and I can't remember what else was included in that, but I think I brought like $750.
So you bought a whole condo and it cost you $750?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, I should say maybe a little bit more than that, but at the end because you had paid your 1,000 and but at the end of the day, sounds like less than 2,500 at least.
Yes.
Yes. So that you just cannot, it gets no better. It gets no better.
Your home looks beautiful, the background, it just looks beautiful.
Thank you. We're getting it together. I'm getting it together piece by piece. I'm trying to take one room at a time. They say take one room at a time, but I'm all over the place. I just want to decorate everything now. So.
Since you are a single mom, I just want you to just realize that you're talking to a lot of other moms like yourself, dads as well, moms and dads, single parents. What would you say for those that are considering buying a home? What would you say to them in terms of their mindset, their determination, and just how to be as prepared as possible? What would you advise?
I just would advise them to, set a goal, stick to it, have your faith. Everything is not going to go smooth all the time. And I really just don't believe you will, like I said earlier, ever really be prepared, you know? So you kind of just have to put yourself out there, discipline yourself, budget, save. You have to save. You know, you want to make sure you have a nice cushion, because with a home, you know, purchasing a home, you know, there's no more maintenance men, you know, or anything like that. Everything is pretty much on you, which you would have help with your warranty and everything like that. But it's really important for you to save and stay disciplined, and just keep going. I mean, you're gonna have, you know, your times. Like I said, you're gonna be a ball of emotions. I think I went through every emotion possible when purchasing this home. But you just have to keep your faith and just keep going.
It's excellent.
Excellent. Yes. And you know, we were blessed. We were blessed to have you. And what I hope, you know, the audience understands also is having trusted advisors, because that really does help when we're all on the same page. And again, this is one of the few business I know where people really don't know each other.
Right.
You know, but again, you know, I felt your trust. I loved I love the way you presented yourself, and you know, and with you were so right. I mean, it was so all about your children, like you said, the location, the schools. It wasn't going to happen. You know, she wanted to, and it was about her children. It had to line up with the stars. You know, and you know, and we knew that from Jump Street, and it worked out. It worked out.
Well, congratulations again on becoming a homeowner joining the Homeowners Club in 2020. Yes, indeed. And we just wish you much success.
And one thing, don't forget to check on your mortgage exemption and your homestead, okay? Done.
She said done.
Done that. Been there, done that. Love you. Very good. Thank you for taking time out for us, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Ladies, have a happy holiday.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And Janice, you know what, as you know, this is what it's all about for us, is helping these first-time buyers.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
We have been blessed enough to have several Rachels this year, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
It really is.
And again, you guys were using this program from Indiana Housing. It's called First Place. It provides your down payment, 6% of the sales price, which covers your down payment, much of your closing cost, high income limits, high sales price limits, I mean, and great rates. It just does not get any better. Does not get any better.
Absolutely. All righty then. Well, you know, and one of the things that we love to when we have our guests, it's being credible. I mean, you know, we can talk all day long about, this great seller or this great buyer. Oh yeah, we did this and we did that. But when you actually hear from the people themselves, and that's what we love to have guests, because we're not making them up. These people really exist, and we love especially our single moms, because our single moms have a different way of thinking, and you know, and it's all about their children, it's all about their family and what's important to them. So like Diana said, you know, all homeowners of this year, new homeowners, welcome to the 2020 Home Buyers Club.
Welcome to the 2020 Home Buyers Club. And one of the things I want you guys to do, if you're renting, I just want you to take your rent amount, whatever it is, and multiply it by 12, okay? And I want you to look at that number and realize that that is how much you're paying out to the landlord. And that money could in fact be going to build your wealth and your coffers through your equity. So to give you an example, especially a lot of rent is $1,000 a month. So at the end of a year, you've paid out $12,000. I mean, we're talking hardcore cash. You know, if you didn't pay it, you couldn't stay. So you actually came up with it, because a lot of times we're really not thinking in terms of us even having access to that amount of money. But if you're paying rent, you had to pay it with something, and I promise you it was with your wages. And the thing of it is what I love what Rachel said, set a goal. Janice and I talk about if it's a year or two out, we love that. I mean, that gives you time to get a lot of things right. If you start, just call up. You can call me. Or you can call the lender that you want to trust or work with. Make sure they're going to work with you for however long it takes. If that's a year, if that's 2 years, if that's 3 years, you want to go ahead and make those phone calls and let them help you get prepared. So when it comes time to move, you can do that. But you got to get started. And so the key is getting started. Otherwise, if you don't get started, I mean, I recently closed on a person who had been renting the same location for 25 years. And so think about it. Typically, a mortgage is a term for 30 years. And so, you know, it's something we all do. And we just kind of get in our groove, and especially if we get in our comfort zone. And especially for you out there who are paying rent, because financially it's comfortable for you. Everything works. You're not really, but think about it. You're actually really could be investing that money in yourself and your real estate. So it's not wise for you to stay in a rental situation, even if it's a condo. If you don't want to be bothered with exterior upkeep or expense, they've got properties for that, right? Like there's one of the politicians says they have an app for that. They got properties for that. They have properties for anybody, even the senior citizens. Many of them want to age in place. There's condos for you, or assisted living facility, not assisted living, but senior communities. So I mean, and the main thing is, if you're making a monthly payment right now, then you can actually transfer that into rent.
Absolutely, and gain wealth.
Gain wealth.
And that's what's, and also Diana talks about a year in advance. One of the things too that you have to consider when I'm talking with someone, the first thing I ask, you know, are you leasing? And when does your lease end? That's very, very important, you know, because again, you almost have to kind of back it out, you know, or forward or whatever. But, you know, you certainly don't want to put the, I say what, the cart before the horse. Yes.
Right, exactly.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this show. We really, really appreciate your actually being a part of this. There are a couple of things too that I guess we might want to talk about just real quickly. When let's just stay on this rental situation then. Again, it's very important. You know, a lot of people don't realize they might have had to give 60 days notice, or they might have had, well, 30 days is usually the norm. But everything is so completely different. So you always have to kind of know what your expectations are and how we can best, you know, how we can best help you. Sometimes we've worked it out where it just, well, for instance, I closed on someone that their first payment is not even going to be due until January. We closed sometime this week, not due until even January. So the way it worked with her, you know, she's still got time left on her her lease where she can move in slowly but surely, you know, and not have to just be back up, you know, that type of thing. So as we work as a team, we work together. Everybody wants to. We want it to be a win-win situation, but there, again, it's all in attitudes, it's all in expectations, letting us everybody understanding exactly what our role is, and we just love what we do, and we certainly are appreciative, you know, of your listening or seeing us on the TV show for Home and Finance. So,
my name's Diana Rice Wilkerson. I'm with Fairway Independent Mortgage. If you want to make application, you can do so at www.loanswithdiana.com.
Janice Bradley, JB Real Estate Consultants, 317-590-7348. I can handle all of your real estate needs.
Have a good day.
Has it been a nightmare trying to buy, build, sell, or refinance a home? Then wake up to the Real Estate Dream Team of Janice Bradley and Diana Rice Wilkerson. This dynamic duo provides you with up-to-date, honest information, credit counseling, financing options, and more. Don't listen to haters who say, you can't own your own home. Yes, you can. With Janice and Diana, call now and listen for them on the Home and Finance Show, Saturdays, 1 p.m. on WTLC AM 1310 The Light.